Palestinians in Gaza began the holy month of Ramzan in midst of worsening hunger and no end in sight to the Israel-Hamas war. Talks for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas have been stalled, and Israel continues to strike Hamas in civilian areas. Israel says that Hamas hides in these civilian areas. It is for the reasons even the hospitals have not been spared. Around 80% of Gaza's population has been displaced since the war began. The displaced Palestinians are ushering in the holy month of Ramzan in overcrowded camps with acute shortages of food, water, gas, and unsure how they will break their fast or where their next meal will come from. The United Nations estimates about a quarter of the population risks starvation, and the trickle of aid is barely scratching the surface of daily needs. The war has left over 30,000 Palestinians dead and has left much of Gaza in ruins. World leaders, including US President Joe Biden, have expressed their concern over the suffering of Palestinians in Gaza and have promised more humanitarian assistance and trying to broker a truce between Israel and Hamas. Now, will there be peace in Gaza this Ramzan? Will Hamas and Israel agree to a ceasefire during Ramzan? It's yet to be seen. But let me play out a package for you from Gaza and how Gazans are ushering Ramzan at this difficult time.
The first day of Ramadan is very tough. We don't know what we are going to cook. What are we going to have for iftar? Also, at Suur, we couldn't cook. There's no gas. We get out of the tent in the cold to light fire, and it's really cold. How are we going to cook? Also, the prices are unimaginable. Prices of tomatoes and potatoes. The prices are high. We can't get meat or chicken. Everything is very expensive. In this situation, we don't want aid. What we want is a ceasefire.
We are happy that we're in Ramadan, but we're not happy that we've been displaced from one place to another, made us leave our homes, and destroyed us. We don't want to stay in a tent. We want to settle in our homes and for things to return to normalcy, and may God bring peace and fix the situation. We don't want food or drink. We want to return to our homes, check on them, and stay there in happiness. We are living and sleeping here in fear.
So the problem in the Gaza persists. People have no food, people have no water, people have no place to stay. The action in Rafah continues, and despite the fact that yes, Hamas killed 1,000 and more Israelis, the Israeli forces have killed 30,000 Palestinians in Gaza. And when I say 30,000, that's a conservative figure, because most of the bodies have not even been accounted for. But then ultimately, the opinion of the world community is that the war must come to an end, but war can only come to an end if there is sustained pressure on both Israel and Hamas.